All right, this is my top 10 worst movies of 2025. I have been dreading this list and making this video because I don't really like making videos about stuff I don't like. If I see something I don't like, I don't even care about it. I just don't want to even review it. I just don't even care. But I did a top 10 best, and I said, you know what? I do like talking about things I don't like if I understand why I don't like it and I take the time to really think about it. I just don't like spending too much time on it. But here we are with 10 movies I'm spending time on. But I say, you know what? I'll make this video. If I can make this video 5 minutes, I will. So hopefully I don't stay on things too long, but I'm going to give each movie their due. But for most of these movies, I already have reviews out. So if you want to learn more why I don't like these movies, then you could go watch a review. Anyways, here we go. Top number one, the number one worst movie of 2025. Dog Day, or Good Boy. Good Boy. This movie sucked, okay? If you like this movie, I'm glad. I hope you like it, okay? And this movie sucked because I really was excited for this movie. It had so much potential. And I'm really keen on like behind the scenes. I love watching behind the scenes videos, right? When this movie ended and the director started talking about behind the scenes, I got up and I left the theater in 1 second because this movie wasted my time. It was just, nothing happens in this movie. Nothing happens in Good Boy. Nothing. You're just watching a dog look at shadows. Nothing happens during this whole entire movie. It's pointless. And I've seen movies that have no dialogue and are very good. So I'm not going to say because it has no dialogue, the movie's not good. It's because of what they did with the scenes of no dialogue. What they did with what they showed you, they didn't really show you anything. And it didn't really make sense. If you're going to talk about, okay, at the end of the movie, it's basically like the person is passing away and they have to leave their dog. I understand that can be touching. I completely understand that. But they did not do it in a way that actually gives you a decent story and rewards you for your almost what feels like 3 hours in a movie theater, which is what I think this movie is only like 1 hour and 30 minutes. The movie doesn't give you a good enough storyline and a good enough through line of maybe seeing this dog go through certain things. I understand that maybe the dog saw a certain spirit of a different dog and different things that happen in the film, but the point is none of it really ties up in a decent way. And I understand the ending can be a little bit somber, and you know this owner is going and out, his dog is left. You could have told the story in a different way, and it wasn't the story was not told in an effective way that made me actually feel for the dog and made me actually feel for the owner actually passing. You know, it didn't make me feel any of that. They should have done a little bit of character work before and then maybe go into this basically silent film. And yeah, but people were like blowing smoke up this film's tail, pun intended, like acting like it's the new coming of Jesus. This movie is trash. And I don't like talking like this, but this is my top 10 words. So I'm giving it all I got. Let's move on to the next thing. Actually, no, before I move on to the next thing, I'll say this. If they want to do Good Boy and people love Good Boy, let's do another one. Make another one called Good Cat or Good Ussy. You know, make one with a cat and then actually put a decent amount of story about the actual character and about the actual owner maybe before, and then tell it in a decent way where we can actually kind of have something to grasp onto and then follow us through what most likely felt like a slog and a boring film. And hopefully maybe it'll be a little bit better. But yeah, but normally I'm not like this. Normally I play pretty nice. But I said, you know, if this is my top 10 worst, let me just give you my energy. And yeah, and let's be done with it. All right, boom. Number one's over. Number two, Him. Okay, Him. This movie had so much potential. Marlon Wayans, great actor. You know, I was like, I want to see this movie. It looks good. You know, I thought the trailers looked interesting, so I'm gonna go check it out. I believe it was produced by Jordan Peele, but Jordan Peele didn't make the movie, but it was produced by him. That's what got a lot of eyes on this film. But this movie is just straight symbolism and no story. Okay, some people could make a million movies and a million video essays about this film, about all the symbolism. Oh, this means this, this means this, this means this, this means this. You could say this means this, all about him, all you want, but the story was not cohesive. It did not. By the end of the movie, nothing made sense. Okay, if you want to say certain things, okay, oh, this meant this and this meant this, yeah, that's cool. But a film can't just throw and vomit symbolism all over the screen for a few hours and then say, okay, this is a good movie because we have so much symbolism. If you're gonna do something with symbolism, make it mean something. Make it actually mean something to the story. Make it actually mean something to the characters. And I don't think they did that in an effective way. If you felt like they did, I'm great. I'm happy you like these movies. But Him was not it for me. Definitely not it for me. Okay. What I will say, if I'm gonna say anything good, Marlon Wayans, he was great in it. You know, the lead actor in the movie, he's a good actor, but they didn't have much to work with. They did not have much to work with. And if you want, check out my review. There we go. Next, Ella McKay. Ella McKay looks like a sweet movie, okay? Looks like a sweet movie, but this movie was not good at all. It was not good at all. And it wasn't good because, first of all, I like movies that have narration. I do like movies that have narration, but this film, you don't really get to know the characters. The narrator tells you what they want to tell you about the character. They tell you what his character is. They show you a little bit of flashbacks about Ella McKay's life, but you don't really get to know her. It seems like she's just reactionary through this film. She's just reacting to everything happening to her and don't really get a chance to take time to know her. The most you get to know her is when she's having a small conversation with her younger brother in the film, which is a nice sweet moment, but they needed more of that. They needed us to really feel for these characters. And if you see any through line through all these films, all these top worst movies of 2025, they basically have no heart. Most of the films we're talking about, pretty much all of them, they don't have a heart. They don't have something that holds you into the film. So you can have much action, you can have so much horror, whatever you want, but if it doesn't have heart and if it doesn't have a type of relationship that's going to actually pull you into the film, then it lacks everything. And that's what Ella McKay does. It looks like a movie made back in the early 2000s that feels like it's supposed to have heart, but it just has no heart at all. And I love that the lead actress, I love her. She was in Sex Education. If you've seen that on Netflix, I love that series. And she's actually the reason I want to see this movie. But yeah, ultimately it did not hit on any cylinders for me. But yeah, let's leave Ella McKay in the dust. Let's see what's next. All right, 4 is War of the Worlds. This wasn't a theatrical release. It was online, but I got to add it to this list because I don't know why they made this movie. I heard they made it during COVID. That's their excuse. But this movie was like, it felt like such a parody. And I feel like it really sullied the War of the Worlds name. Like, I feel like you don't put that name. I know that they probably can put that name, but I just know. Like, when you have great movies like the one with Tom Cruise, like, no. Just no. This movie was not good. It gave a lot of memes and a lot of parodies and people talking about the film, you know. But it felt like a student project, but like worse than a student project. Like I can't believe they did this movie. I'm happy Ice Cube got paid. Hopefully he got a good payday. I'm curious how much he got paid for this, but dang, just reacting to the screen and I'm not really a person who likes movies that are like screen capture, like you're watching a movie about phones and just everything's recorded. I really don't like movies like that, but sometimes they can surprise me. And I say that because I really thought I was going to hate the movie Mercy, just to go off on a tangent, that came out this year, and I actually didn't like that movie. And that's where I'm honest. If a movie surprised me, I'll be honest. And Mercy did surprise me. And that movie has a lot of screen capture and stuff, but it does it in a detective way, and it kind of ended up working for me. But anyways, War of the Worlds, get that out of here. What's next? Next, I believe, is number 5. Number 5, I actually didn't even do a review on this movie because this movie pissed me off so much that I said, I don't care about views. I don't care about anything. I don't even want to talk about this movie. But here I am on the top 10 list, so I'll just talk about it. Lilo and Stitch. I didn't do a review for this movie because I love Lilo and Stitch. I grew up watching Lilo and Stitch. I like it. And I think if I was more far removed from Lilo and Stitch, I would have been able to walk into this live action and actually like it. But since I know about Lilo and Stitch so much, I grew up watching Lilo and Stitch cartoons. Like, I have a lot of Lilo and Stitch in my brain already. So I think that's why I don't like it. But also, this movie is another movie that doesn't have heart. You have Lilo and you have Stitch. That is the heart of the movie. But in this movie, you don't really feel it. It feels soulless. And I think, is it because I've seen Lilo and Stitch and I know how much heart is there and how much stuff they could have done with the characters to make us actually feel that heart? Because since I'm just trying to see if I could look at it objectively, I can't because I've seen it so much, Lilo and Stitch already, and I grew up with it. But I think that's why, like, I didn't really feel the heart in this movie with Lilo and Stitch. I didn't feel it. And also, I just felt like the same, almost beat for beat in some certain points. But yeah. And also, I think it really needed a villain. They didn't have, am I actually correct? No, they did have a villain. They did, huh? Let me see something. Wait a minute. No, I think I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. So the movie's so forgettable, I don't remember too much of it. But if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure they didn't have that big villain guy. Or did they? Or maybe they did. That's what I erased this movie from my mind when I saw it. But the point is, Lilo and Stitch, I didn't like it at all. So I just threw it to the side. And, they make these live actions, whatever. But I just think I'm too close. I'm too close to the project. I'm Lilo and Stitch. I'm too close. But next, let's just get out of Lilo and Stitch. Um, okay. Next is Jurassic World Rebirth. Jurassic World Rebirth. Oh my God. Dinosaur movies where they don't eat people. Go watch Jurassic World Rebirth. No stakes. That's what pulled me out the movie. I like Jurassic Park movies. I like Jurassic World movies. I love the Jurassic movie, Jurassic World with Chris Pratt. I remember feeling a wonder walking out the theater, looking at the stars when I seen it, and my teens like, oh my God, I love dinosaurs. This movie, it has the phenomenal things with dinosaurs, but they keep wanting you to be scared, but no one's gonna get eaten, so you don't feel anything. Like you don't ever feel in danger. I never felt danger for any of the characters, no matter how many times they try to make it scary. No, so it doesn't work. But the only good thing about this is that Jurassic Rebirth was so bad that I said, you know what, let me go back and watch the last one. So I went back and I watched Jurassic World Dominion, and I watched the extended edition on, I believe, Peacock. I'm pretty sure it was on. And guess what? I loved it. I love Jurassic World Dominion extended edition. I recommend checking it out, and I made a full review on it because I loved it that much. So I do still love Jurassic World, and I like these Jurassic World movies, but Jurassic World Rebirth was not it for me. But the only good thing is that it made me want to find my love of dinosaurs again, and I said, I know I like these movies. This movie just didn't work for me. What it was love. So I went back and I watched Jurassic World Jurassic World Dominion extended edition, and I loved it. So take what you want from that, but yeah, I recommend checking out that edition on Peacock if it's still there. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 7. 7 is gonna be Ballerina. Ballerina. Okay, John Wick. John Wick is good. John Wick is good. Ballerina. Okay, this movie wasn't terrible. It wasn't a terrible movie. The reason it's on this list is because something that I could not get past is that, let's see if I can remember her name, the lead actress. I'm forgetting her name, but the point is this: the lead actress, she looks beautiful. She's sexy. That's great that she's a beautiful woman. She has no damage taken this whole film. John Wick has his fingers sliced off. He has bones broken. He has things that happen to him. Obviously, I know John Wick is basically invincible, but the point is, you believe in certain moments that we know he's not gonna die, but he has moments where his finger gets cut off. Well, he cuts his own finger off, but the point is, he has moments where he's actually getting hurt and he has bruises. This woman, in the beginning of the movie, she looks beautiful. By the end of the movie, it looks like she has one red line here. She looks like she fell off a bike by the end of the movie, and she fought a lot of assassins, went through a lot of gunfire, fell down multiple steps. I understand that you want to make a movie with the lead action woman hero. That's great, but make it believable. The one thing I would say this movie did that I did like in Ballerina, they made her fight in different styles. They stayed in the beginning of the movie. Okay, you can't fight big guys like big ways. You gotta be nasty. You gotta fight nasty. You gotta use objects. That was a great part of the movie. That I actually did like. But the point is, I couldn't get past, by the end of the movie, she looks so the same. There's nothing wrong with her. Like she looks like she tripped over one step, and that pissed me off so much in the movie. Like normally stuff don't like that don't bother me, but if it stands out that bad, it really does. Like someone throws a grenade and you block it by putting something in front of you, you get blown back, and then you still look like you just got your hair fixed and you're about to go to the awards. No, make it messy. Make this girl look gritty. You know what I mean? Like, make something. What I thought would have been cute is if they made her have like a chipped tooth or something, and then at the end, like she was like in the dentist getting it fixed or something. That's what I thought would be cool. Just do something like that. Give her something like a chipped tooth and like a bloody lip. Give her something that makes us think, oh, she's an assassin. She knows how to fight. We love how she fights, and you know, at the end she looks a little bit different. But they didn't do that. So, Ballerina. Let's move on. Next is gonna say Until Dawn. Woo! Until Dawn. This movie, I never played the video games, but it seems like a cool mechanic that you have to survive until dawn. I like that mechanic, and that's why I wanted to see the movie, because I heard about that premise. I liked it. And the premise in the movie is pretty much all this movie has. It has the premise, but you don't really get to know any of the characters. And like, once again, this is another movie with no heart. It doesn't have anyone who's the heart. It doesn't have anyone for you to root for. Things just keep happening, and it didn't give me anything that I think would have warranted the premise is so good. So it's like, I can't believe they messed it up, you know? So it's like the premise is pretty much all that movie has. No hearts. That's what I would say about that film. The kills were pretty good, decent. Kills were pretty decent. And I'm trying to think right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so 9. 9. Okay, 9 is going to be Keeper. Keeper is a horror movie I want to see. Keeper. All right, so Keeper is a movie where you get a bit of horror like in the last 10 minutes of the movie, okay? Other than that, everything else is like pretty slow. Nothing's happening. This woman's just sitting in a cabin. There's some awkward interactions with the neighbor. This movie it doesn't give you, I'm not a fan of movies where there's no payoff. If you have a movie where nothing happens, but then in the last 10 minutes, there's something that happens where it kind of pays off amount of the story and makes things make sense, then sometimes the movie will be forgiven. But this movie doesn't do that. It's very boring for like almost an hour and about 30 minutes. And then the last 10 minutes, you get a little bit of horror stuff going on. You get some scary creature coming out. And it gives that horror feeling, but it's not, it wastes your time. It didn't give a good enough through line that made enough sense to make you actually feel like that was a payoff and that was part of the film. So yeah, that's all I'm saying about that. Until Dawn. I mean, sorry, not Until Dawn. Keeper. So let's throw that to the side. And then 10. I believe this is 10. This should be 10. 10 is going to be The Long Walk. Some people love this movie, and I'm happy you love this movie. Congratulations. This movie is another movie that had no heart for me. We're watching these characters talk about flashbacks. They're talking about their parents. They're talking about stuff on this long walk, and they expect us to care about these characters before they get shot in the head. I don't care. When these people are getting shot in the head, I do not care. If that happens in a movie and your characters are getting knocked out one by one, as an audience, we have to care. If we don't care about these characters, then those deaths fall on deaf ears, even if those deaths look gruesome and sometimes they're for shock value. But if we don't care about those characters, it doesn't mean anything. I didn't care about any of these characters. And I think maybe I started caring right towards the end because I got to live with them a little bit during the walk. But I think what would have been a better version of the story is if they gave us like maybe the first 30 minutes of the story is maybe 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, like 5 different, like three different kids coming from different home lives, 3 different kids coming from, 3 different kids come from different home lives and different situations, and it's just try to build those characters a little bit for like 10 minutes for 3 different characters, maybe for like first 30 minutes, and then have them come to the long walk. And then we start the story, and we could kind of understand a little bit of the background behind some of these characters, instead of these characters basically vomiting their backstories during the long walk and expecting us to care about their families that you just told me about and about your hardship that you just told me about. You know, show don't tell is what people normally say about films. They show some flashbacks, but most of the story is just telling. They're just telling me all these backstories and expecting me to care when they get shot in the back of the head, and I do not care. So I'm happy some people like The Long Walk, but that is on this list. That is all my 10. The last thing I want to do is a honorable mention, which is going to be Anaconda. Here's the thing. I'm going to be completely honest. I did not see Anaconda. If you like Anaconda, let me know if it was good. The reason I'm putting it not on this list, but as an honorable mention is because Anaconda was a movie where I saw the trailer, and normally I don't watch trailers. I'll just go on out and watch a movie blind. But this trailer kept popping up, Anaconda. And I like the original Anaconda with Ice Cube. So I was thinking about seeing it, but it just looks so corny to me. And I was like, I'm not wasting my time in the theater for this. I don't care about it. I don't even care. So I didn't even watch Anaconda. The only reason I'm talking about in this video is I'm very curious, if you're watching this video, did you see Anaconda and did you like it? And if you liked it and if it surprised you, please let me know. Just put in Anaconda in capitals and I'll make sure I read your comment, and I'm going to see if it's worth me watching and doing a review. Because I do like Jack Black, and I love, I'm forgetting his name. He doesn't age. And I love Paul Rudd. So that's why I kind of want to watch it. But I don't even care about anyone online's reviews. I care about anyone who's watching this video and they've seen me talk about Anaconda enough and know that I didn't see it, and let me know if it's worth my time, you know? So anyways, take care. I didn't want to make this, but I had to because I feel like it's only fair. If I'm going to talk about the best, I need to talk about the worst. And that's what it is, yin and yang, the balance of life. As Dejo know the name, spread love and light. And let's sign off with a I don't know. I really want to see Mortal Kombat 2 and I hope it's good. So let's sign off with a get over here.
Get over here.